It's time for another installment of Flashpoint. This week, Nadine Yanez talks with a local pastor on his push to get crime results in Central Florida.
Good morning, I'm Nadine Yanez. Over the past year, Orlando has been impacted by crime and tragedy, but one man is hoping to get results and turn that trend around. Joining us today on Flashpoint is Bishop Kelvin Cobares. You are that man, founding pastor of the Impact Church. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Bishop Cobares, I know you well. We've seen each other out on scenes. Your mission, you're a pastor, but your mission is to get results and help fight crime in our community. Why is that your mission?
Well, I'm a native of Orlando, Florida. I grew up here when Orlando was just a small place, and now we're growing into a large metropolitan city, and with growth there's growing pains, and I just want to make sure that the life that I had of growing up in a positive way here continues on for generations to come.
And so you're a pastor of this church as well, but you also are part of a lot of different organizations to make that happen. What organizations are you a part of?
Well, along with pastoring the Impact Church, I'm also the president of the African American Council of Christian Clergy, which is a coalition of clergy that's united to build a stronger and better community. I'm an honorary deputy with Orange County Sheriff's Office, which was appointed under Sheriff Kevin Berry, former sheriff, and there's a list of other organizations that I'm a part of, all focused on making a difference in the community.
Getting results and trying to fight crime. And I've seen you out there. I know that this is something you're trying to do. You're out in the Pine Hills area. In December, the Orange County Sheriff's Office and Orlando Police, they put up this new task force called R.I.S E, and it's specifically to target that violence that has plagued Pine Hills. What kind of results are you seeing with Operation R.I.S E?
Well, the Operation R.I.S E has been very effective because I think with the law enforcement presence, that lets criminals know that they might do some activity, but it's going to be dealt with. And as a result of the officers being out there and putting their focus on different situations, we've seen a reduction in violent crimes. We've seen a reduction with some things that are going on specifically there in Pine Hills. And I think that if the law enforcement officers continue to be involved, be engaged, and stay focused on that target area, that we're going to continue to see Pine Hills get better and become that community we want it to be.
And it's definitely a community effort to get that done. All right, well, we'll hear more from Bishop Kelvin Cobares when we come back, including the legacy of 2 fallen officers here in Orlando. News.
All in my home, I'm gonna let it shine.
Once again, Orlando has been impacted by terror and evil.
That's Bishop Kelvin Cobares speaking at Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton's vigil last month. He joins us this morning on Flashpoint. Now, in January, the deaths of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton and Deputy Norman Lewis really hit our community hard. How did you know these two?
Well, my community activism puts me in connection with working with law enforcement and other community leaders, and Lieutenant Deborah Clayton was very much engaged in this community, and we worked together on many occasions with Stop the Violence rallies, peace walks, and different activities focused on young people, and that's how I worked with her. And then, of course, I knew Norman just from working with the Sheriff's Office.
And Lieutenant Clayton was everywhere, too. I mean, she was involved heavily in the community like you are, so I'm sure. Now, going back to that tragic day on January 9th, to Markeith Lloyd, his manhunt, and even to his capture, what were you feeling as you were seeing all of this kind of unravel, and what do you think the community was feeling through all of this?
Well, I think the community and I sentiments were the same. We were just devastated by the loss of so many that had lost their life, and even the Lloyd family that were dealing with the pain of their family member being at large and not knowing what was going to happen with them. And I have connections to all of these families with trying to be a spiritual support to them. So we were just, the community was saying, we really want this to end, and it was my prayer that Markeith Lloyd was captured without being executed. And I'm glad that they were able to apprehend him and his life not be taken and justice be served that way.
And so you said you know Lloyd's family. Do you know Markeith Lloyd?
I've met Markeith Lloyd on occasions. I can't say we are acquaintances, but I know of him and I do know his family. And
so what was that like when he was captured, you know, the way he was, and with all the backlash after his capture?
Well, I think the community was concerned. They were glad that he was captured, but they were concerned with the brutal beating during the time that he was apprehended. And I have spoken with the chief of police since invest that time to make sure that while that investigation is ongoing, that they come back with clear answers to explain why he was left brutally beaten with the loss of an eye and just injured real bad when it was resistance without, he resisted without violence.
And you know, Lieutenant Clayton's, her entire mission was to build that trust between community and police. And then coming back to that, that's a tough situation.
Yes, I mean, that was her heart to bridge that gap. And I think that when it came to her mission, if she had to apprehend Markeith Lloyd, if it was another officer, that probably wouldn't have been her approach, because her idea was to get rid of the narrative that police brutally harm people that they're supposed to protect and serve, to rid ourselves of the narrative that law enforcement is against us. She was all about the community knowing that we're here to serve and protect, and to develop the relationship to know that we're here to support one another. And
she targeted that youth. That
yes,
was really what she wanted to start with. Why is it the teens and the youth? Why do we start with at-risk teens?
Well, as you can see what's going on in the community, a lot of the violent crimes and things that are taking place are teenagers and young people. And I believe that it was her belief, and it is my belief, that if you can target these young people and invest in them really early on, when they're young, I mean, when they're at that age where they're like a sponge, taking everything in, invest in them a positive direction, you can keep them on course the rest of their life. And I believe just engaging those what we would call at-risk youth, for those who are facing some challenges, and give them a hope for a different type of future, can help curb some of the violence.
And Bishop Cabarrus, you're also very outspoken, not only when you're out at the scenes and trying to talk to the community there, but also on social media. I want us to look back on some video that we had. I was actually here back in November. You live streamed this video right after you got word of a deadly shooting on Ivy Lane. What kind of benefits do you see using social media to get this word out?
Well, what I've learned, social media is huge. I mean, using it allows you to get the word to people immediately. And of course, if there is a manhunt, people might know who was around that area and who may have been involved, and might be encouraged to call in because they see a community leader urging them to speak up and to realize this could be your family. So what I've noticed is when I do the Facebook Live, there's great response. People do call in the crime line, and it gets the word out, and some cases have been solved, some cases have been close to being solved because of me doing those Facebook Live.
We always hear that law enforcement say it's not only on us, it's on the community. I feel like that's definitely a role that you're taking on, but that is a giant role to do. So who else do you work with, and how else do you really bring a community effort to stop the violence in our area?
That's a great question. I work with a number of community activists and leaders, pastors. I work with other leaders who are organized in different groups that target one group called One Community, where they target young people to give them jobs, to give them work to do, to clean up the community, and they pay them so much per hour just to keep them off the street. And there's so many other organizations that are doing some great work, which I believe has to come alongside with law enforcement, because law enforcement enforces law. But these other organizations have the opportunity to really nurture and mentor and help grow these young people that we're impacting.
So if someone's out there right now watching this, watching your effort, what can they do at home to help?
Well, what you can do at home is really use your capacity to get engaged. Whatever it is that you like to do, whatever your abilities are, whatever you're good at, take some time with a youth. If it's only an hour per week, show them you care, show them that you love them, show them that you're interested in their well-being, and not just responding when they're doing something to act up or doing something negative. But I believe if everybody would get engaged in one way or another, if you're a coach, coach. If you're a mentor, find a mentee. If you're a teacher, educate. If you're a preacher, reach your congregations and urge them to get involved and get engaged in the community.
Awesome. It all brings everybody together to get results and get this violence to stop. Thank you so much for joining us today, for being here on Flashpoint. We'll be back with news and weather in just a few minutes.